The DLC has a great impact on the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game, but not only is it going to have a great impact on this game, it's going to have a great impact on future games. And today we are going to talk about the impact of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's DLC. Well, in general, let's talk about it. I feel like one of the big things we gotta start off with is the amount of tracks that the games in the future and even now have to have as a standard. Obviously, right now, 8 Deluxe is going to have up to 96 DLC tracks, which is just insane. However, because of that, we are at a point where, I'm sorry, if we go back to 32 tracks in the next Mario Kart game, it's not going to be that good. We need to have at least 48, in my opinion, because if we can go back to 32, but they're gonna have to add a lot of content to make it feel worth it, especially with how big this game has gone. I feel like 48 has to be the bare minimum, especially with just how everything is set up. Like, look at the course menu of Mario Kart 8 Wii U version, whatever the first one was, before that game's DLC. That looked empty. There were some screenshots on Twitter, X. There were some screenshots on Twitter just showing the original Mario Kart 8 version of the game, and my god, I hate it, but it's funny. But that kind of proves the point as well. If we go from what we have right now to something like that, that will be so stupid and so empty looking that it will be very hard for people to readjust to the norm again. Which obviously, like, this is probably going to be the new norm, but if they stick with 32 tracks, that's too little at this point, especially with how much content we are used to getting in this game. I think it's about time we say, we want 32, we can probably step up to 48, and then obviously have maybe the DLC later. Plus, you know, that gives me more room for tracks that I want in the game. But if we continue on with the discussion of tracks, this also does bring in another key element, and that is the fact that where are some of these tracks coming from besides the old games? Yes, that's right, Mario Kart Tour. And what does that mean for the Mario Kart Tour game? Well, it's no longer a spin-off. It is a mainline Mario Kart game. Even if it's Mario Kart 9 or not, it is mainline no matter the circumstance, which is actually kind of interesting because, I mean, I'd say before the DLC, we didn't really know if they would do much with the tour tracks. Like, we didn't know if they would come back. We could assume many things, but let's face it, none of us really knew, like, hey, yeah, this would come back in Mario Kart 74, you know? Like, all these tracks, we didn't know much about the tour tracks. We just knew that they existed, and that's all we knew about them. And I know some of you may be thinking, well, ZPL, you know, it could be a spin-off still. I mean, hey, we don't know. Let me ask you this real quick. There are already Mario Kart spin-offs, specifically the arcade games and, well, the one live home circuit, but no one cares about that. That doesn't have any of its own tracks. But if we look at the arcade tracks, yes, they do exist, but where are they in the mainline games? Nowhere. That's right. That alone makes me think, yeah, I'm sorry, Tour is mainline. And in fact, if you look at the first trailer when they revealed the Booster Course Pass, they had all the box covers for the game, and then they also had Mario Kart Tour just chilling with it, with all the rest of the mainline Mario Kart games. That's crazy. So yeah, in my eyes, and probably a lot of other people's, including Nintendo's, Tour is mainline, like it or not, no matter which way it is. If it's Mario Kart 9, if it's not, no matter what, it is mainline. But not only is Tour just a mainline Mario Kart, well, we have other gameplay adjustments to talk about with this game. So yeah, there's more to this video, guys. If you think about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, usually at first, like, it wasn't a perfect game, but they did add some stuff here and there. But now, there's more to it, guys. Let's talk about some of the minor gameplay adjustments, specifically with some, like, interesting stuff. Like, I think they changed respawns a bit, but don't quote me on that too much. I believe they just changed a little bit of how respawns work to help with it. But there's another thing I want to talk about, and that is the feature of shocking when you're in a glider does not kill you in the glider, you just keep on gliding. Besides the fact that Newton is a bitch, Nintendo implemented that feature randomly, and there were other minor gameplay features just randomly added for seemingly no reason, which could very well mean, yeah, I mean, hey, while we have those minor gameplay adjustments, maybe they're trying to perfect the game, and who knows, maybe it will. Some of them probably do make a big impact in more high level Mario Kart play even. Like, for example, the shock again. I bet you that does make quite a big impact on some of the higher level playing. Like maybe target shocking in a cannon now isn't really valuable because you can't even do it anymore. But not only do we have that, we also have a brand new feature of custom items inside this video game. Custom items and being able to choose what items are in play, especially with like having all blue shells or all bullet bills, genuinely one of the biggest things Nintendo's done for this game, and they have to keep that no matter what in the future Mario Kart games or in this one. I mean, they wouldn't remove it, but you know, just the fact that that exists is incredible. It's funny. Bullet bill and blue shell gamers, yeah, this should not be real, but that also, just bigger gameplay changes like that also have to stay. But not only that, they have been bug fixing some of the tracks as well. That's not as big of an impact as like, you know, the custom items, but it's still there, and we should probably still worth mentioning it. But after the additions of custom items in Wave 4, they started announcing that, yeah, we are getting more than just tracks now. We got new characters, which some of these characters were like Birdo, so obviously they already existed in previous Mario Karts. That's not a surprise. But the problem, or the big thing, is they are introducing new characters to the Mario Kart franchise. Specifically with Wave 5, they announced Comic. It should be Kamek, but Comic, sure, Nintendo. They have a chance to introduce more characters into the not only DLC, but to the Mario Kart franchise as a whole, or at least, you know, the not Mario Kart Tour franchise per se. These characters don't really change anything up with the meta because they share stats of other characters. For example, Wiggler shares Waluigi, well, the Waluigi stats, and you know, Birdo shares like Yoshi stats. But that kind of brings me into the next section. The meta has gone haywire. For those who don't know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's old meta was Waluigi, Wild Wiggler, the roller wheels. And the roller wheels are still, you know, relevant, but I'm sorry, Waluigi Wiggler is absolute dog water now from what I hear. In fact, it's not even that good of a tier anymore. So all the vehicles in Wave 4, or most of the vehicles Wave 4 and Wave 5 even has some adjustments to completely change the meta. That's right, the meta has been flipped on its toes, and Mario on the standard kart with the standard wheels is better now. What the hell, Nintendo? I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now, that is single-handedly the biggest change Nintendo can make to this game. The fact that the meta has completely shifted itself, swapped itself, played chess with someone, and turned over the chess table because, you know, they defeated that's how they defeated the king in that chess game, right? They were playing chess with like Waluigi, and then they decided, this, they took the table and flipped it sideways and said, I win. I don't know what has gotten into me there, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that is all I have for you. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, and join my Discord if you haven't already. And be sure to see you guys next time for some more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe discussion content. Peace out, gamers.